Chosen one, most people will skip this because the truth hurts. Will you? Do not move past this video. I am not asking, I am warning you. This is not a coincidence, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. God intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift, and the universe demands your full attention. Someone who treated you as an option is currently experiencing a public, irreversible system crash. Buckle in, because I am going to walk you through the exact details of their meltdown. Do not scroll away. If you leave before the end, you will miss the one divine instruction that seals this victory. They walked around with absolute arrogance, constructing a false narrative about you to anyone who would listen. They whispered lies to poison your name, and they expected your departure to break you completely because they could never understand your spiritual depth. But they miscalculated your strength. Instead, you became the uncertainty they were never built to handle. And now, the very people they used to gossip with are watching them unravel. Their mask has not just slipped, it has completely shattered for everyone to see. This is not happening behind closed doors anymore, because it is a public spectacle of their own making that they can no longer control or hide. The divine alignment of this exact moment is absolutely undeniable, and heaven wants you to witness their fall. You have been fighting battles in absolute silence for months. You thought nobody noticed your tears or your incredible restraint. You thought nobody saw how you held your integrity when they lied on your name. But you were completely wrong. The universe was quietly watching your resilience in the dark, and it was preparing this exact moment of vindication just for you. Your quiet obedience in private has just activated a massive public blessing that no one can stop. They spent years praying for your downfall while draining your light. They expected the betrayals and isolation to carve heavy wrinkles into your face. They wanted to drain the life out of your eyes so they could feel powerful and in control. But the spiritual backlash of their betrayal is finally hitting their physical body, and the panic they are trying to hide is becoming entirely visible to the world. They are malfunctioning right in front of your eyes. Let that truth sink in for a moment. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking completely unbothered. While their bitterness and envy are aging them rapidly, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You walked through the fire and came out glowing, because you cracked a spiritual code they will never have access to in this lifetime. They are absolutely starving for your pure energy right now. That heavy feeling you sometimes get in your chest is not anxiety. It is your highly advanced spirit detecting their absolute panic. They just realize they permanently lost access to you, and the painful reality is finally crushing their fragile ego. Stop wondering why they act like nothing ever happened. Stop waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator, because the only apology you will ever receive is their total public destruction. Your silence was a weapon. I need you to lock your attention on this message right now. The enemy is working overtime to distract you, hoping you will simply swipe away. He knows that if you hear this message, his dark hold over your life breaks completely. If you leave this video, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees your massive shift. The verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read, and you must be present to claim your spiritual inheritance today. Do not let them win. They thought they could replace you with cheap imitations. They surrounded themselves with weak people who stroke their fragile ego and echo their lies. But those same people are now backing away from the chaos. The flying monkeys are waking up to the toxic matrix, and they are leaving the manipulator completely isolated and exposed to the harsh light. The collapse you are about to witness is mathematically precise. Heaven does not make mistakes. The absolute silence you maintained was a lethal weapon that starved their demons. You did not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself against their pathetic smear campaign. Your pure frequency became a flawless mirror that exposed the rotting core they desperately tried to hide. And now they are drowning in the noise of their own making, frantically searching for a replacement for your light, while knowing you are irreplaceable. Your specific depth is a diamond. They traded it for rocks. Every single time your name comes up in their circle, it hits them with agonizing weight. They know they threw away the only genuine soul they ever held. The deep regret is eating them alive, and their desperate attempts to look happy are failing miserably. People can clearly see the erratic behavior and the unforced errors, because the sheer desperation burning in their empty eyes is impossible to hide anymore. They are carrying the heavy burden of their karma while you are walking away completely untouched. This is the exact vindication heaven promised you when you chose to walk away. You were never the anomaly in their otherwise perfectly healthy life. You were the powerful catalyst that triggered their final, unavoidable unraveling. The reaction got this loud because you got closer to their dark truth than anyone before you ever had. They tried everything in their power to bury you in the dark, but they only became the shovel that dug up your brilliant treasure. You are the true chosen one. Do not let the Matrix tell you this is just some random occurrence. Every detail of their public downfall has been masterfully orchestrated by divine timing. The precious energy they stole from you is being violently ripped back by the universe, and it is being returned to your life with massive multiplication, because heaven always repays the chosen ones for the pain they quietly endured. Your days of waiting in wound are officially over. Your season of absolute triumph begins right now. Now let us go deeper. What you are feeling right now is not new. You have been carrying a massive weight for a very long time, and the spiritual exhaustion is finally taking a physical toll on your body. Your shoulders are tight, your mind feels clouded. And every morning when you wake up, a heavy burden is crushing your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through, you smile for them, but inside, you are hurting. I see you clearly. I have always seen your silent struggles. The world may not notice your ultimate sacrifice, but heaven keeps a strict record of every single tear you shed in the dark. You are absolutely not invisible. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. There is a deeply physical reason for your exhaustion. You are not crazy, and it is not just random stress. That suffocating tightness in your chest at 3 a.m. has a very specific purpose. You wake up in the dark with your jaw tight and your heart racing, while their face flashes violently across your clouded mind. You try to breathe through the sudden panic. You try to tell yourself it is just a bad dream, but it is never a dream. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit doing its job. It is detecting the frantic energy of the narcissist. They just realize they can no longer feed on your pure light, and the spiritual backlash of their starvation is hitting your nervous system. You have a thick brain fog that refuses to lift. You feel a burning sensation sitting in your throat. It is the exact feeling you keep swallowing back down. Stop swallowing it immediately. You have a heart that is far too pure for this matrix. Because of your rare empathy, you fell into a dark trap and became a human battery for a parasite. They targeted you specifically because your pure frequency was the only thing keeping them alive, and they needed your golden energy to survive. They absorbed your brilliant light and gave you their toxic shame. They were literally feeding off your vibrant life force in a calculated spiritual theft. If your spirit confirms this raw truth, gently press the like button right now. Hit that button to put a spiritual shield around this divine truth. You must physically anchor your alignment with heaven today. By taking this small action, you are claiming your energy back from the dark matrix and proving that you are ready to receive your massive breakthrough. The universe strictly protects the chosen ones who take action. Let us talk about those terrifying sleepless nights again. Why do you always wake up completely panicked at exactly 3 a.m.? It happens when the house is totally quiet. Your logical brain is resting, but your highly sensitive spiritual antennas are fully active and picking up desperate frequencies from the unseen world around you. The dark elite know this specific hour is the easiest time to cross into your energy field. They are trying to pull you back. Your nervous system is reacting to an invisible cord. They are frantically pulling on that cord from a distance. Because your silence has cut off their main fuel supply, they are starving in the dark, and they are projecting their intense fear directly into your pure energy field. That is the exact reason your chest feels incredibly heavy in the middle of the night. You are feeling their absolute panic. You are a true empath. You are the ultimate stabilizer of chaotic environments. Whenever a room feels heavy, your beautiful soul automatically tries to clean the toxic air. You take on the dark burdens of everyone around you. But this specific burden does not belong to you, because the master manipulator forced their own karma onto your exhausted shoulders. It is time to drop it permanently. You thought something was medically wrong with you. You blamed yourself for the constant fatigue and the cloudy thinking. You told yourself you just needed more sleep. But the truth is far more sinister than a simple lack of rest. Your cellular structure was actively fighting off a vicious spiritual attack every single day, and your physical body was locked in a state of total war. They expected you to break down completely under the pressure. They wanted your body to fail so you would crawl back, but your spirit is forged from rare diamond. Even when you felt shattered, your soul absolutely refused to surrender to their manipulation, and you continued to walk through the darkest valleys alone. You survived a storm meant to destroy you. You are the cycle breaker your bloodline has been waiting for. You carry the generational trauma of your family in your bones. That is why this specific battle feels so heavy. You are not just fighting for your own peace, but you are fighting to permanently sever a toxic chain that has existed for centuries. The universe chose you because you are strong enough. Every time you felt that sudden chill, it was a divine warning. The universe was screaming at you to protect your rare energy. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. You have an ageless glow that terrifies them, and even when you are exhausted, your pure light shines infinitely brighter than their fake confidence. They secretly hate you because they can never be you. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. You did not lose. You probably thought they targeted you because you were weak. You thought your kindness was a massive flaw, but that is the exact lie they needed you to believe, because they use your own self-doubt as a weapon to keep you compliant and silent. They targeted you specifically because your pure light is incredibly rare. You hold a vibrant energy they can never create on their own. They are spiritual parasites walking around in human skin. They cannot generate their own golden light, so they must steal it from the chosen ones to survive another day. And when they found you, they thought they found an endless supply of fuel. They wanted to drain your beautiful empathic nature, but they made a fatal miscalculation when they tried to break you, because your light was simply too pure for their dark and corrupted souls. You were not the anomaly in their otherwise healthy life. You were the mirror. Your mere existence exposed the rotting inner core they desperately tried to hide from the world. Every time they looked at you, they saw their own toxic shame reflected right back at them in terrifying detail. That is why they had to tear you down. They tried to destroy the mirror because they absolutely hated the dark reflection staring back at them. Type 777 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle and lock in your frequency. You must anchor your profound realization right here before we move forward. By typing those divine numbers, you tell the universe that you finally see your true worth, and you refuse to settle for less. You are a diamond. They were just playing with cheap rocks, and they know exactly what they lost. But here is the raw truth they could never say out loud. There is a deeply hidden reason why you feel so blocked right now. You have tried manifestation, you have tried spiritual healing, but something fundamental still feels completely missing. The universe responds to certain people instantly, while your massive blessings seem constantly delayed by an invisible barrier. The gap is not your lack of faith, it is not a lack of discipline, it is not even your destiny, it is a specific brainwave. Scientists have a secret name for it. They call it gamma, and it is the exact frequency your brain was running effortlessly when you were a young child. Back then, your intuition was lightning fast. Learning felt completely natural. The world felt like it was entirely on your side, and you knew exactly how to manifest your desires. Then adulthood arrived. The modern world went to work on your brilliant mind, the chronic stress, the digital screens, the relentless survival routine. The matrix system was perfectly engineered to train you to conform instead of create, pushing your natural gifts down into the dark. Every single year, this sacred frequency was suppressed a little further. It was pushed deeper and deeper below the surface of your conscious awareness. When your gamma faded, your natural genius faded right along with it. The daily synchronicities stopped happening. The powerful sense that the universe was guiding you went totally silent. The version of you with photographic memory and pure luck was locked away, leaving you feeling empty and disconnected from your highest spiritual self. That is exactly when the narcissist found you. They preyed on your suppressed state because you forgot your true power. Your gamma was taken from you without your consent. The dark elite designed the matrix to keep you exhausted, ensuring you remain disconnected from your divine potential so you can never rise up. Most people will live their entire lives without ever knowing this violent theft happened to them. They will just accept the heavy struggle. But you are absolutely not most people. You are a rare cycle breaker. You felt that divine genius as a child. You remember the way brilliant ideas came from nowhere. That was your active gamma wave connecting directly to heaven. What if your current financial struggles and relationship patterns are not a character flaw, but rather a calculated suppression of your natural, energetic state? What if your deep exhaustion is simply a dormant frequency waiting to be switched back on? The absolute truth is incredibly close. You have been waiting in wound for a shift that feels impossible. You watch others succeed effortlessly while you struggle in the dark. You know deep down that you carry a much higher potential than you currently express, and it breaks your heart to feel so incredibly stuck in one place. The Matrix wants you to believe you are simply unlucky, but heaven is preparing to shatter that Matrix programming forever. Your season of pain is ending. This is exactly why the enemy is panicking right now. They know your frequency is starting to wake up again. They can feel the subtle shift in your energy field, and they are terrified that you are finally remembering who you truly are. As your suppressed vibration begins to rise, their toxic control over you permanently shatters. They are terrified because an awakened, chosen one is the most dangerous force in the entire universe. Do not ignore the heavy signs your body is sending you today. The brain fog and the endless fatigue are just physical symptoms of a locked spiritual frequency. But the ancient lock is finally breaking under the weight of your newly awakened awareness. You are standing on the edge of a massive revelation. The elite tried to keep this hidden from you, but divine alignment is stepping in to restore what was stolen. Your true power is returning. Let us expose the absolute lies of the Matrix. The world constantly tells you to forgive and forget. Society demands that you be the bigger person. They tell you to compromise with toxic people and seek peaceful closure. But that is a massive lie. The Matrix wants you to keep pouring your pure golden energy into a bottomless black hole. They want you to believe that walking away makes you weak. They want you to think that your silence is just a cowardly escape. But your restraint is not weakness. Your absolute silence is a lethal weapon that strikes fear into their dark souls. When you walked away without giving them a dramatic reaction, you permanently rewrote the rules of their sick game and left them completely powerless. You must understand how a parasite operates. A master manipulator does not care if you are screaming or crying. They do not care if you are begging for basic human decency. They only care that you are reacting, because your emotional reaction is the exact fuel they need to survive another day in the dark. Every single tear you shed was literally feeding their empty and corrupted spirit. Heaven is now releasing 3 undeniable truths about your powerful silence. You must pay close attention to this next part. The enemy tried desperately to hide this exact revelation from you. The third truth is the most devastating of all, and you must not leave before you hear it. But we must begin with the first undeniable truth about your divine absence. Truth number 1 is that your silence is absolute starvation. By cutting off all contact, you successfully placed a permanent embargo on your spiritual energy. You stopped feeding the demon that was actively trying to destroy you. And because they can no longer siphon your brilliant light, they are rapidly suffocating in the dark prison of their own making. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise. They will try to provoke you with subtle manipulation. They will send flying monkeys to test your boundaries and gather information. They want just one angry text or one emotional phone call to prove they still own you. But your silent refusal to engage is completely destroying their fragile ego. You are not just ignoring them, you are actively starving their demons. Every day you maintain no contact is another day they are denied their oxygen. They are frantically searching for a replacement source of energy to fill the massive void you left behind. But they are quickly realizing that your specific frequency is a rare diamond they can never replace. This brings us to truth number 2. Your absence is a deafening mirror. When you were present, they could project all their toxic shame onto your pure soul. You carried the heavy burden of their mistakes so they could pretend to be perfect. But your departure shattered that comfortable illusion, and now they are forced to look at their own horrific reflection. Without your golden light to distract them, they are finally alone with their own dark thoughts. The silence you left behind is incredibly loud. It echoes in their empty mind and constantly reminds them of the massive mistake they made. They are drowning in the horrific noise of their own regret, while you are quietly stepping into your untouchable power. Type 777 in the comments right now if you feel the atmosphere shifting. You must physically claim your power before we move to the next revelation. By walking away, you reclaimed your throne. You proved that your peace is infinitely more valuable than their pathetic validation. You are the ultimate cycle breaker heaven has been waiting for. Do you remember how exhausted you felt when you tried to explain your feelings to them? You carefully chose your words to avoid an argument. You poured your entire heart out, hoping they would finally understand your pain and offer a genuine apology. But they just stared at you with dead eyes and twisted your words to make you look completely crazy. That was never a communication problem. It was a calculated spiritual extraction. They understood exactly what you were saying, but they enjoyed watching you struggle and beg for clarity. Your confusion gave them a massive power trip. That is exactly why your total silence is the ultimate revenge. You permanently closed the sacred vault of your precious energy. The third truth is heavily guarded, and we will uncover it very soon. But right now, you must stand incredibly firm in your current boundaries. The Matrix will try to convince you that they have changed. Do not fall for the grand illusions of a parasite, because they will say absolutely anything to regain access to your divine frequency. Your complete unavailability is a divine mandate. You are not holding a petty grudge. You are actively protecting a spiritual frequency from a known thief. The universe placed a heavy shield around you the moment you decided to walk away, and you must never lower that protection for someone who tried to destroy you. Let them panic. Let them collapse. Protect your ageless glow. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for something highly classified. The Dark Elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you. They want you to stay completely focused on the narcissist and your emotional pain. But there is a deeply physical reason your reality has not shifted yet. Science just uncovered exactly why you feel so incredibly stuck. You are exhausted because the Matrix engineered a frequency to suppress your natural wealth, attracting state. They designed a world that keeps your nervous system in constant survival mode, but a leaked CIA document just changed everything. Backed by 4 top neuroscience labs, this suppressed document reveals exactly how they kept the chosen ones disconnected from their true spiritual power. The researchers uncovered a powerful 7-second audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence without any conscious effort. You do not need years of painful therapy or endless meditation to heal your mind. The acoustic wave synchronizes with your brain below the level of awareness. It begins reactivating your dormant gamma frequency the very first time you hear it. This profound technology was never meant for the masses, and it was strictly designed to keep the Dark Elite in absolute power while you struggled. They quietly pay over $7,000 for clinical biofeedback machines to access this exact flow state. They wanted to keep this massive financial barrier intact forever, but rare cycle breakers like you are finally using this hidden acoustic mechanism to manifest massive windfall wealth. The elites are completely panicking right now, and they are actively trying to scrub this leaked blueprint from the internet before you can see it. As this profound secret leaks out, they are desperately flooding streaming platforms with dangerous counterfeit frequencies. Those fake versions will only lower your vibration and keep you trapped. You must absolutely protect your spiritual alignment by avoiding those diluted imitations. I will tell you exactly how to access the authentic frequency very soon, but you must first understand how this connects to the third undeniable truth about your profound silence. This is the exact revelation the narcissist is absolutely terrified you will discover today. Truth number 3 is that your spiritual reactivation will permanently destroy their false timeline. When you finally flip your gamma switch back on, you become completely invisible to their dark energy, and they can never touch you again. They do not just miss your attention. They are secretly terrified of what happens when you finally wake up to your full potential. While they are drowning in the horrific noise of their own making, you are elevating to a frequency they cannot even comprehend. Your newly activated brainwaves will act as an impenetrable fortress. Their pathetic attempts to drag you down will simply bounce off your golden shield. This is exactly why they are currently malfunctioning in public. The people around them can see the absolute desperation in their empty eyes. They are frantically searching for someone to blame for their sudden collapse, but everyone is slowly walking away. You did not have to lift a single finger to orchestrate this beautiful karma. Heaven is executing divine justice on your behalf with absolute and terrifying perfection. Your strict no-contact rule was the crucial first step of this divine mandate. It stopped the massive energetic bleeding and successfully secured your spiritual perimeter. But reactivating your dormant gamma wave is the ultimate offensive strike against their matrix. It takes all the pure energy you saved and multiplies it into explosive abundance, leaving them completely in the dust. They wanted you to remain a broken victim forever, but you are becoming an untouchable force of nature. They will try to send flying monkeys to test your new boundaries, and they will whisper vicious lies to see if they can trigger your old programming. But a chosen one vibrating at the highest frequency cannot be manipulated by cheap matrix tricks. You will see right through their pathetic illusions before they even speak a single word. Your intuition will be lightning fast, and their dark traps will completely fail. Type 1111 in the comments to physically anchor this shift. You are standing on the edge of a massive revelation that will completely rewrite your future. The universe is orchestrating every single detail. It wants to ensure your absolute victory is witnessed by the entire world. Stay with me, because the final stage of their public collapse is about to happen right in front of your eyes. You must prepare your spirit for what is coming next. The vindication you have been crying out for in the dark is finally arriving. The people who doubted your truth will soon watch the narcissist crumble under the heavy weight of their own lies. And while they fall apart completely, you will be rising higher than they ever thought possible. Your ageless glow will absolutely blind everyone who tried to keep you buried in the dirt. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. The atmosphere in their inner circle is shifting rapidly. The people who once enabled their toxic behavior are finally waking up. They are starting to see the massive cracks in the false reality the manipulator built. For a long time, they believed the vicious lies about you, because it was easier than confronting the terrifying truth. But the raw truth is entirely unavoidable now. The flying monkeys are watching the narcissist unravel completely. They see the unforced errors and the sudden bursts of absolute panic. And they are slowly realizing they made a fatal mistake by choosing the wrong side of this spiritual war. They thought they were backing a powerful leader, but they finally understand they are trapped in a rapidly sinking ship, and the captain is a completely empty shell. You were the only thing keeping that ship floating. Without your pure golden energy to sustain the illusion, the manipulator is desperately turning on their own loyal followers. They are frantically draining the life force of anyone foolish enough to stay close to them. The flying monkeys are suddenly feeling the exact same heavy exhaustion that almost destroyed you. They are waking up at 3 a.m. with tight jaws and racing hearts, and they finally understand the intense nightmare you silently endured for years. The group chats are quietly exploding behind their back. People are whispering in the shadows about the manipulator and their increasingly erratic behavior. They are carefully comparing notes in secret, and they are noticing the massive holes in every single twisted lie they were ever told. They are actively looking at your profound silence, and they are completely terrified by the undeniable power of your divine restraint. Your total absence speaks much louder than any desperate defense you could have offered them. They finally see who holds the true spiritual authority. The crown never belonged to the loud narcissist who demanded constant validation from weak minds. The sacred crown always belonged to the silent warrior who walked through the dark fire without losing their pure golden heart. You are the true, authentic leader in disguise. You are the irreplaceable diamond they foolishly threw away. And they are sick to their stomachs, realizing what they actually lost. Some of them will try to contact you very soon. They will reach out with fake apologies and subtle probes to test your energetic boundaries. They desperately want to see if they can crawl back into your warm light, because the cold darkness of the manipulator is slowly freezing them to death. But you must keep the heavy vault of your energy permanently locked. You absolutely do not owe them any explanation. You do not owe them your sacred peace. The enemy is watching their loyal army slowly retreat. Every time someone pulls away, the manipulator feels another sharp stab of absolute panic. They are desperately trying to tighten their grip on the remaining followers, but their frantic control tactics are only pushing people away much faster. It is a beautiful chain reaction of divine justice. Heaven is systematically dismantling their entire toxic matrix piece by piece. They are now completely isolated and totally alone. You must listen to me very closely right now. This is exactly where their entire manipulation completely miscalculated the spiritual laws of the universe. They wrongly assumed they could bury you under a mountain of lies and walk away completely untouched by heavy spiritual karma. But your pure frequency is heavily protected by ancient and powerful divine mandates today. Every lie they told about you is turning into heavy poison in their own mouth. The spiritual pressure is building rapidly around them. The tension in their chest is becoming physically unbearable. They are carrying the crushing weight of everything they selfishly stole from you. And underneath all of that desperate noise, the specific gravity of their profound regret is finally hitting them all at once. They absolutely cannot sleep through the dark night. They cannot focus on their simple daily tasks. The universe is backing them into a tight corner where they can no longer hide from their own dark reflection. The fragile mirror they built is finally cracking. This brings us right to the very edge of the cliff. Remember the third undeniable truth about your divine absence that we discussed earlier. That truth is about to manifest physically in their reality, and it will permanently destroy any remaining illusion of their fake power. The elite tried to keep you blind to this exact mechanism of karmic return, but your spiritual eyes are completely wide open today. You are finally ready to watch the ultimate verdict unfold. Type 777 in the comments right now. You must anchor your frequency before we step into the final explosive revelation. You are about to witness the exact moment where everything they built on a foundation of lies completely shatters in public. Do not feel sorry for their incoming destruction. Do not let your pure empathy trick you into lowering your shield for a parasite. They totally earned every single drop of this intense karma. Now, I need you to picture the exact moment their entire false reality violently shatters. This is the third undeniable truth manifesting in real time. The mask they wore so carefully for years is completely melting off their face. They are standing in a crowded room surrounded by the very people they used to gossip with, and the crushing weight of their own lies is finally breaking their fragile mind. They are completely losing control. Someone mentions your pure name in passing. A simple question is asked about your quiet departure. And instead of their usual arrogant smirk, a look of sheer terror flashes across their empty eyes. They start to stutter nervously. They try to spin a twisted lie to cover their tracks, but their voice is aggressively shaking and the heavy sweat is visibly building on their forehead. Their panic is completely obvious. The entire room goes dead silent. Everyone is staring at them in absolute disbelief. The flying monkeys are watching their fake leader have a public meltdown over someone who is not even in the room. They are desperately trying to backtrack their vicious lies, but every single word they speak only digs their massive grave even deeper. It is a spectacular collapse. You did not have to send a single angry text. You did not have to defend your golden name to anyone. Your absolute silence engineered this flawless destruction. They are completely humiliating themselves in front of the exact audience they desperately wanted to impress. The heavy karma they tried to escape just hit them like a massive freight train, and you are totally free. They wanted you buried alive in the dark. Instead, they became the shovel that dug up your brilliant treasure. You are stepping into your permanent, untouchable power while they are publicly drowning in their own toxic waste. Let that glorious vindication wash over your beautiful soul right now. They lost the only diamond they ever had, and they will suffer the agonizing pain of that specific loss forever. You absolutely won. But there is a massive reason your final breakthrough is currently sitting at the door without coming in. The Dark Elite are completely terrified of what happens when a chosen one reclaims their stolen energy. Your left brain will try to inject heavy financial doubt right now. It will tell you to calculate and wait. Silence that toxic matrix programming immediately, because that hesitation is the exact prison designed to keep you broke. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven demands immediate obedience. After years of deep research, a team of top neuroscientists compressed an entire gamma activation protocol into a simple 7-minute audio track. You just put on your headphones and relax. You do not need to meditate or chant a useless mantra. The sound wave simply does what the modern world spent decades violently undoing. It forces your brain back into the exact genius state you had as a young child. Princeton University studied this exact brainwave extensively. Columbia University discovered that a strong gamma signal radiates outward to protect your family, transforming the energy of everyone who lives in your home. It is called the Genius Song, and it is the most powerful weapon you will ever wield against the dark matrix. Over 18,000 chosen ones have already used this exact frequency to unlock their finances and heal their deep trauma. A nurse from California said her entire life now feels completely enchanted. A business owner from Texas said his gamma wave figures out his hardest problems while he sleeps peacefully. The generational curse they carried is simply gone forever, and they are living in pure abundance. The elite want to keep this powerful technology entirely out of your reach. They are actively trying to scrub this leaked CIA document from the internet as we speak. You have minutes before the dark algorithm shuts this down entirely. Do not look for it on video platforms or music apps. Those are diluted counterfeits designed to keep your gamma strictly dormant. Beware of those cheap fakes. The only authentic version of the Genius Song is available through the protected link in the description and the pinned comment below. You are fully protected by a complete divine guarantee. If you do not feel the massive shift you deserve, every single penny is returned to you without question. This is a pure energetic exchange governed by total trust, and the universe does not require you to take a single risk. 4 powerful bonuses are waiting for you inside the portal right now. You will receive an audio track engineered specifically for your children. You also get the original prosperity book that the elite desperately tried to hide from the public. Do not let the Matrix steal this profound tool from you. The chosen one who hesitates at the threshold becomes the chosen one who wonders what could have been. Step forward, now. Click the specific link in the pinned comment below right now. Do not wait for a better moment. Activate your true frequency before your access is permanently revoked. Your brilliant gamma wave is desperately waiting to be reactivated. Your divine destiny is waiting to be fully unlocked. The golden door is finally standing wide open for you. Walk through it right now. Take a deep breath and release the heavy energy from your chest. The long war is officially over. The universe fought the brutal battle for you while you stayed in absolute silence. You are completely safe now. The toxic chapter of your life is permanently closed, and you survived the intense fire. You can finally let your guard down and rest. You walked into this dark season bleeding from wounds inflicted by people who were completely blind to your immense worth. But look at your beautiful soul now. You are no longer waiting in wound for a fake apology from a master manipulator. You have completely transcended their toxic matrix today. You are stepping into your permanent, untouchable power. Time was supposed to age you and break your beautiful spirit. Yet here you are making time itself look like an absolute fool. You did not just survive their violent storm. You became the brilliant sun that completely burns away their dark shadows. You are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow today. They are absolutely sick with bitter envy. They expected the intense isolation to drain the vibrant life out of your beautiful eyes, but their toxic bitterness is aging them rapidly, like spoiled milk left in the hot sun. Meanwhile, your pure cellular structure is actively regenerating every single day. You cracked a divine code they can never steal. You hold the ultimate secret to eternal youth. The heavy financial struggles and the deep spiritual exhaustion are completely shattering right here. The heavy doors that were slammed in your face are being violently ripped off their hinges. You are stepping into your absolute royalty. The universe is handing you the exact harvest heaven prepared for you. You are truly and completely free. The painful generational patterns that plagued your bloodline for centuries end with you today. The heavy cycles of deep poverty and broken relationships are permanently severed. You are the ultimate cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. You carry the golden key to your family legacy. Your entire bloodline is finally healed and restored. Breathe in the sweet air of your absolute freedom. The heavy iron chains that held you back for decades are lying completely shattered on the floor. You are stepping onto a path paved with pure gold and effortless abundance. The bitter struggle is permanently over. You are walking into a beautiful new reality filled with pure grace and easy miracles. You are part of the anointed remnant of pure souls on this earth. We are a powerful global tribe of warriors who refuse to let the darkness win. You are never walking alone again. We stand together in absolute spiritual authority, and we protect our sacred energy at all costs. The elite matrix cannot defeat a unified army of true chosen ones. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. Be their guiding angel today. Someone out there needs to hear this exact prophetic instruction to survive their own brutal storm. Send this message to them right now. Help us build the ultimate sanctuary of pure light and true divine power. Drop your city and your nation in the comments below right now. We need to map exactly where the anointed remnant is rising worldwide. We are connecting our pure frequencies across the entire globe to create an unbreakable grid of pure golden light. The dark elite absolutely cannot stop our massive collective awakening. We are taking the power back. Type 777 in the comments to physically anchor your new reality. By typing those sacred numbers, you are putting a heavy spiritual shield around your brilliant aura. You are claiming your absolute victory over the dark matrix. The universe sees your immediate obedience, and it smiles brightly upon you. You are officially sealing this divine covenant. Say this out loud with me right now. I claim my permanent freedom. Now type "I am free" in the comments below to seal this sacred promise. Your physical action locks the profound frequency into your physical body forever. You are totally untouchable from this exact moment forward. No dark entity can ever cross your strong spiritual boundaries again. Let the deep peace of heaven completely wash over your exhausted mind. You do not have to fight anymore because the absolute victory is already yours today. The enemy has been completely defeated, and their false reality is entirely crushed into dust. You can finally rest your beautiful head. The frantic running is officially finished. The universe is wrapping you in a warm blanket of pure golden light. Your future is incredibly bright and filled with massive daily synchronicities. Every single step you take from now on is guided by supreme divine intelligence. You are completely aligned with your highest destiny. Heaven is incredibly proud of your quiet strength and your pure heart. Subscribe to this sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. We are building an unstoppable army of cycle breakers, and we desperately need your pure light. Welcome to your completely new timeline. Welcome to your beautiful new life of pure abundance. You are the chosen one, and you are finally home.